Now, one of my favorite ways to prepare eggplant, especially when I have a great abundance of it, as I will in about 6 weeks, is to roast little cubes in a very high heat in the oven. I cut them up. You can see this. These are, as eggplant goes, these are very small little chunks. And I'm going to add a little minced fresh garlic. I'm going to sprinkle over some olive oil, and I'm going to stir it up really fast, because if I don't stir it, the few pieces of eggplant on the top are going to just drink up that olive oil, and I want it to be as evenly distributed as possible. I haven't peeled this eggplant. I just have not found that to be a necessary thing. And I'm going to give it a sprinkle. I have a Celtic sea salt that I especially enjoy using, so I'm going to sprinkle a little salt on. And then I'm going to let this sit for about a half hour. It's kind of a marinating process, really. And I do this when I'm in the kitchen anyway. I'm tinkering around, and this can just kind of sit. Now, what we will do after it has marinated for a while, we will pour it into a cookie sheet. Make sure you get all this good stuff. Don't leave any behind. Let's move this over and get a little room here. Because what I want to show you, this is really important. Use your hands. Make sure they're clean. We want to spread the eggplant out so that it gets an opportunity to get a good roast on it. If you overload the pan, it stews in its own juice more than it roasts, and there's something about that roasted flavor that is just so wonderful, delectable. We'll put this in the oven. You can see they're all spread out. A few of them are touching, but they're not overloaded by any means. In fact, we could even put a few extra chunks in there. We're going to put it in a hot oven. This will sound outrageous to you, I'm sure, but we are going to put it in an oven running 450 to 475. I wish I could give you a time frame on this. At our elevation, it takes about a half hour for these to roast and become brown. You want to roast them until they are brown on the outside and they get crispy. These little chunks get crispy, and the inside is smooth and that wonderful eggplant flavor. Assuming you love eggplant like we do. So give it a try. Don't waste any of your eggplant harvest. And what you can do if you are way overloaded with eggplant is to do this roast business, scoop them up off the cookie sheet, let them cool, and then freeze them. It's a great way to preserve the flavors of summer, and because they are about a quarter of the size that they started out, you really are saving a lot of space in your freezer, as well as preserving your flavors. Wonderful then to drop in soups later, warm up again and drop on top of salads, or just eat them as a side dish. So here's to you, roasted eggplant. Don't miss it.